actually a couple of days. I don't know, man. And I have turned commenting off. So literally, it's just me sitting here talking to myself, which is exactly the way that I like it. So I'm going to just roll with that. But I have to clean my room. But first, I feel like doing some of this. But I uploaded to my harmonic guidance reading channel earlier today, which I don't post on very often because I keep running and hiding from my purpose. But that's what happens. But it is fine. I often don't want to do live things because then I'm like, what if I'm not just recording it, then most of it gets lost. And what if something important happened and I said something that I needed to remember? But then I'm like, if it was important, surely I'll just remember it and I don't have to. Anyway, so we're doing a thing, alright? So we're doing a thing where I say, this reading is for you if this is how you've been feeling. So that's what we're doing, alright? So, okay, so this reading is for you if you've been feeling like you're on a journey and you've been moving towards it, but you've been kind of feeling like you're not the one that is leading the journey. That you have been kind of trying to just sit there and flow with this journey with an air of confidence, but in reality, the journey is just taking you along for the ride. So it seems like fate has plans for you. And the sense that I get, it's like, it's almost as though you can feel the energy of something new shifting towards you. Something kind of familiar but also mysterious at the same time. And it feels like the world is changing around you. So if all of that is relevant, then this is probably for you. It seems like you might have had a new experience lately, or you might have been suddenly experiencing more color, more depth in the world around you. It's like the world that you were seeing before is kind of void of anything compared to what you're seeing now. It's like someone has flipped the switch for a land of magic and imagination. And it's like you always knew that that world was there because you felt like you were from there. But so many people kind of told you that's not a thing. And so you kind of turned that off. And it's as though you thought that world didn't exist. But it's like something's happened recently which has gotten you to open your eyes and start seeing things from a more awakened, more open-minded and aware perspective. And I can feel my body softening as I'm just talking about that, because it feels like that perspective of everything being all colorless and black and white and soul sucking, it feels like that perspective was pushed onto you by society and everyone around you. But and it feels like heavy and it feels gross. But releasing that feels like kind of floaty in a way. And it feels like just the fact that there's this field of possibility, it feels comforting and it feels warm, you know? And it's almost as though you can feel yourself being held by the universe and you know that you're being guided somewhere, right? It almost seems as though the forces that were pushing you and guiding you so far on your journey, you were aware that it was happening and that it was like there, but you haven't got a relationship with it yet. And you can get a relationship with it. So, but then there will be so many different aspects of it to pay attention to, because there's energy that's guiding you. It's not just one energy, it's many different energies manipulating things behind the scenes, and a lot of them are directly connected to you yourself, your actual energy, and some of it is you. So there's your energy moving through different things, but then there's different energies that have connected to you. I don't know if you know what I mean. All right. Okay, so I've been getting dragon themes today, and a lot lately. And there's a whole theme around connecting with your dragon counterpart. And I have learned that a lot of us, if you're listening, then you're one of us. You have had a lifetime as a dragon, right? And then in some of your human forms, you would have gotten to the point in your soul evolution where you were ready to meet yourself incarnated as a dragon, right? So, but these dragon selves of ours, that when we meet them, we remember our soul connection to them. We remember that we are one, and we can communicate with them and stuff. These beings, they are in a, like, they never, like, dragons never died out. Like, they just shifted into different frequency. You understand? So, the realms have actually been merging more, and a lot of dragons have been reaching out to their human counterparts. And in fact, my housemate had his dragon reach out to him last night, and he showed me pictures of it. So the way that it manifested, so the way that dragons have been manifesting a lot worldwide is in the clouds. So if you've seen a dragon in the clouds, that's likely to be your dragon counterpart communicating with you and letting you know that it is here and watching over you, and you have that power to call upon. But not only to call upon as something external from yourself, but call upon as an energy that you hold within yourself. So if you know that in another lifetime you were a dragon rider and you had dragon friends, right? Then that means that you had that soul connection with that dragon. That means that you are that dragon at some point in reality. But since all of time and all realities are happening all at once, that means that all you have to do is think about your dragon companion to activate the dragon fire within your soul, so you can access that power within your own being, so you can be your dragon self. You understand? So you have a lot of power that you can be harnessing right now, and you... Alright, so I started visualizing, because I thought to myself, how can we connect to this dragon energy, right? And I got two separate visions, almost simultaneously, but they felt like two separate things. So the first one was something to do with the fire element, and then the other one was something to do with the water element. So whoever is listening right now, I feel like you have two different dragons that are actively trying to communicate with you currently. And they want you to connect with the fire one first. And I see you sitting on the floor with your feet together and with a candle in front of you. I imagine it being dark. I imagine so you would sit down with your feet together like this, right? And then the candle in front. And then I visualize you doing this and feeling the energy of the flame moving around your being, right? Apparently you have to do that shape. I don't know why. It's just what I'm channeling, man. Just do it. And then but then, like, as I'm visualizing that and doing that, I can feel the energy of the flame moving through me. So it feels like it wants you to communicate with and merge with the energy of fire. I have this little dude to signify fire. He's from something. I don't know what he's from, but I think he's adorable. So I have him on my altar, and he is for fire. Bro. Anywho. Oh yeah, and the water one. So I guess I'm getting visions of ritual and things like positions to sit and things to do, because like for the water one, I'm envisioning sitting underneath the shower and then drawing the shape up, so then it would be like the shape of a water droplet above me, but then the other one would be like more of a flame shape. So that's fun. And that's fun. I feel like I need to write things down because I feel like I need to be... That's okay. I can do that later. It's fun. But yes, I'm giving myself ideas for my course, which I'm writing, which is pretty cute. Alright. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of ancient wisdom that is being provided to you at this time. The channels are open for it, so take it. We want you to... Oh, you will be receiving the information as you connect with your dragon friends. I see. Right, your dragon friends have updates for you on the battle that is currently being waged, and they need to draw upon your energy. Right, I thought they were helping us with our missions. Apparently they're doing a thing and they require assistance also. Okay, so this is the whole thing. There's a whole thing going on. Yeah, I'm seeing two battles being waged simultaneously in different realms. So the way that we handle things in this realm. So with this realm, it's mostly energetic stuff. So it's mostly emotional versus logic kind of warfare, right? And we're supposed to be finding balance between what is between honoring the truth and validity of emotion and also honoring the truth of fact and logic, and also honoring the truth of the fact that reality is malleable and that we create our reality, and the way that we measure reality is completely limited by the way we perceive the limitations of reality. Um, if you know what I mean. So that means that the way that we measure things scientifically right now, there are predetermined barriers where we just believe certain laws of physics exist. But then there has been more things coming out which push those beliefs and show that that was an incomplete understanding of things. So if something defies the laws of physics, that doesn't mean that it is an anomaly. It means that our understanding of things is flawed. But anyway, um, went on a little bit of a tangent there. Um, yeah. So anyway, it sounds like superpower, lots of motherfucking awesome dragon wisdom is coming up. So we want to be connecting with those elements, specifically the fire and then the water, and we have to do it in that order, apparently. But if you see, because I automatically tune into stuff when I'm thinking about tuning into it, so then I start to receive information before I've even consciously decided to tune into it. So I wonder, what's the first thing that comes up for you right now if I say that the dragons of the palace have an urgent message for you? What is the first feeling that comes to you? What happens inside your body, and what is the first assumption that you make? And then what comes after that? That sounds fun. Yeah, so either being in that space and having a conversation, allowing information to flow to you, and questioning it, asking for clarification, or just rolling with whatever happens and then writing it all down. Whether it is true and like absolutely true for you to embody this information in this lifetime, or whether whatever information comes forward is actually just for you to write and to put into an awesome creative project. Sounds positive either way. Should do that. All right, it feels like there's like so much more depth to you than you have been showing even yourself. But so maybe writing would be a good idea. Have you tried writing? Because it feels like there are so many different characters inside of you, so many different layers, so many different backstories, from like different perspectives, but it's like the same guy, but it's like different versions of the same guy. Do you know what I mean? So it feels like every version of you that people have been faced with carries some sort of depth or power. And sometimes those views are like opposing, you know? And sometimes you don't want to admit that you are one way when you are wanting to believe that you are the other way. But it's time to allow yourself to see how multidimensional that you actually can be. Because that is a real thing. And it feels like a lot of your creativity and your ability to move forward in this world comes from your ability to accept yourself as being more fluid than you maybe have been allowing yourself to be. And not beating yourself up for being just one certain way. Like on one day, be like, oh, well, fucking, usually I'm like this, and I don't know why I'm like this right now. It's because that's the way that you're supposed to be right now. There's a purpose for everything, bro. Just chill out and enjoy life. Alright. Well, I mean, okay, so it feels like when I said chill out and enjoy life, I got the sense that you've put so much energy into things that didn't amount to anything. And it's like, what do you mean chill out? Like, I wasted so much time and energy. How dare you? It feels like you're still holding on to some of these things as well. So, yeah, I mean, some of the things that we have tried in the past were not meant to last. And we were meant to learn something about ourselves in the failure of that thing. You understand? So it's not about having the experience and then it failing and then thinking that you were better off not having the experience. It's about going through the experience and learning either something about that specific topic or learning more skills, learning about yourself, learning about your values, your limitations, maybe, or seeing yourself in a new light because of these things or the people associated with it. You understand? So if you're constantly seeing things from your past as something to regret, something to hold on to because you wished that it went another way, like that is taking up a lot of space in your field, in your being. And the life that you want to have, it vibrates on a higher frequency than that one. So if you're holding on to this frequency of these things that you're perceiving as failures and stuff, you're just holding on to the frequency of failure and being full of that, not having enough space for other things. That's not what we want. We want to not see that energy of the thing that is stuck in us as failure. You'll see it as and see it with gratitude, right? I'm grateful for having gone through the things that I went through. I'm grateful for trying these things even though it didn't work out. I'm grateful for learning that in that environment I don't really thrive with that, or around those people I am better but just not really happy with it, or I really enjoy doing that thing but I don't feel like it's what is meant to be my path. Maybe just something I was meant to try, something like that. Stuff like that, you know? But in saying that, there is something that's in your life that you are 100% like it is meant to be in your life, and it is extremely significant, and I'm not sure if you're aware that it's there, or maybe you're aware that it's there but you're not aware of how significant it is. And it feels like it's almost a mirror of your own self. It feels like it's a part of yourself. And the energy that I'm getting is making me want to hold my hands together. It feels like union and oneness and comfort. It really feels like the comfort of meeting oneself with full acceptance, with open arms, with gratitude. But it feels like exhausted. Like the energy of waking up in the middle of the night to your favorite person coming in, and you don't, it's like you were content with life and you were happy, but they were the one thing that was missing. And then you open your eyes and there they are. And then you hold your arms open, and then it just comes to you, and it feels like acceptance. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling. I don't know. It's nice. I like it. We should hold on to that energy. I claim this energy for myself. Thank you very much. You'll do that too. All right. So it feels like that this message is coming to an end, but it feels like there are, I want to say angels, but then words are also coming forward like just higher beings, and then there's a sound which I suppose would be associated with angelic beings. I'm hearing that in the back of my head, and it feels really uplifting. So it feels like the sounds and energies they're sending through me right now are so cleansing and healing. I set the intention for you to receive this energy too. Cleansing and healing energy. Just say, I receive, and feel it flowing into you. Angelic, beautiful, uplifting love and excitement and happiness. They want you to know that you're very, very supported. And there's so much love. I can just feel all of this beautiful love moving, and it's constantly moving. And they're saying, make sure that you keep on moving. Keep our energy flowing through you. Keep your energy flowing through you. Don't get stagnant, because God, the universe, has a mission for you. And you're doing it. And you're doing a good job too. And you're supported. So just keep moving in faith and breathe deeply. Breathe in this energy of love that we're sharing with you right now. I suddenly feel like I want to go run outside and go play on the grass. If you also feel like doing that, You should join me. Yes, okay. Nature itself wants to support you. That's why I wanted to do that. Right, that was a part of the message. I knew that. Yeah. Nature itself wants to support you. The grass, the trees, everything. The wind that's blowing through the leaves and the blades of grass. It's all, it feels very playful and very full of love. I was just asking about animals in my head. And I was asking, are the animals conspiring to help us also? Is that what's going on? And then I got an image of, it's like there are animals, the animals are hearing the whispers that the trees are giving. The animals are hearing all of it. They are on their own journeys though. They have their own things going on. So, I mean, if yes, indeed. If there is an animal, which yes, familiars have been coming up lately. So if there's an animal that is meant to be coming into your life to guide you, that is going to be happening soon. Indeed. Oh, but pay attention to any random animals that you might find trying to communicate with you in little ways. Whether it's just birds that you come across, just cats that you see on the street as you're walking, because it feels like they also have messages, and you're going to be receiving a lot more downloads, a lot more messages energetically. So you might find yourself walking, and then suddenly you'll find information just drops into you, or you'll have a random smell or sound hit you, or a word that starts looping in your head, right? um that's probably signifying that you've just gotten. Okay, so what I'm imagining right, is um information, this entity, right? There are many entities that are assigned to work many fucking cases right now, but it seems like there are a few that are assigned to cross paths with you on in seemingly insignificant moments, like just walking down the street. Okay, because that's what I'm envisioning. So they don't want it to happen when you're in the middle of trying to focus on something. And I see them preparing themselves and positioning themselves in front of your path. So as you walk through it, they're going to start merging with you. It feels like these entities are becoming more like they're planning more ahead, because this is kind of similar to the entities that I used to, because I used to teach this thing about emotions, right? And how emotions are just entities that move through our beings. And they're supposed to literally move through us and teach us how we feel about something based on our values and everything. The entities and the emotion in it, they're not meant to stay in our field. We hold on to it. And then it gets agitated because it doesn't want to stay in us. It just moved through us to help us learn something about ourselves because we were resonating at the same frequency. It moves through us and it's meant to continue moving, right? But we hold on to it. And then it starts showing us what we need to do for it to be able to leave. It's like, we'll learn this lesson and release the energy so I can go. But then every time it brings up the lesson, you don't want to face that lesson because you already pushed that down. You pushed that down because you didn't want to face that, right? So then it tries to bring up the lesson again, and then that's you being triggered. That's you getting triggered. So you keep triggering yourself because these emotions in you, they don't want to fucking be there. They don't want to be there. So then they start getting more agitated. It starts turning into anxiety because the energy is like starting to shake up. And the more annoyed and agitated that energy gets, the more it starts to manifest as like anger and stuff. You know? Don't remember why I brought that up, but that's the thing that I said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I said that was the end of that message, right? I don't know. This is like officially the longest live that I've done on here. So, huzzah. Let's call that a win. Huzzah. That's me making progress on life. This isn't even my business page. By the way, you should probably go check that out. It's called Harmonic Guidance. This is just my personal channel where I just make videos of me doing random things. I was going to land on the word random, me just doing random. Full stop. No. I feel excited. I don't know. I need to clean my room. Also, I need to do that. Oh, good. That's crazy. Because when I saw this, the first thing I saw was a lighthouse. But that's not what is happening in that image. There's not a picture of a lighthouse, my friend. But I've been getting a lot of lighthouse breadcrumbs. So, you know, probably because I'm such a light in the dark. Anyway. Ah. Yes. Okay. Hey, guess what? This message is for you if you have been feeling like you're on the precipice of making a whole new decision, which is going to take you in a completely different direction. This is for you if you have really strong values when it comes to love and family and unity. So it seems like a whole bunch of crazy shit has been going on, man. And it feels like the whole world is against you. And it almost feels as though circumstances want your family to be broken apart. But it feels like you have been, it feels like God's favoring you. And it feels like the storm around you is not happening to destroy you or anything. So if you've been feeling nervous and uncomfortable and like everything is going to shit, don't worry. Because God is actually on your side and everything is going to be okay. Okay? Everything's going to be fucking okay. But if you keep looking outside of yourself and looking at how rocky things seem at the moment, you're going to be focusing on the wrong thing. And God always wants us to know that he's going to stand through us, right? Stand through the shit with us, and be within us. And you can literally see in these people, you can see how much they are glowing, right? You can see how favored they are. And that is how I'm seeing you currently. It's like, as long as you keep moving forward with the purest of intentions, there's no reason why the storm would take you. This storm was formed to protect you. And also cleanse you. I just got the sense of the sea spray and it just felt extremely fucking rejuvenating. And now I'm being told that that's part of the message also, something about going to the beach and letting yourself breathe in that sea air. And then I'm getting visions of all of the like microorganisms that you would be taking in and breathing in, and all of that is necessary and important, by the way. Okay. Yeah. It seems like at the moment there is a huge invitation to start expressing yourself. Expressing the pain and confusion and torment that you have been kind of burying over time. I say this with black fingernails. Very emo today. I only painted one side. But anyway, that's just laziness. I'm okay. Well, legit. Look, I'm just first thing I think of is fucking Noel Fielding. the goth episode of The Mighty Boosh. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I do. Lol. Need goth juice. So anyway, yeah, no, it feels like you need to start expressing the pain and the dark shit and the frustration, like literally whatever the fuck you would say when you're feeling the most frustrated, whatever unhinged random bullshit comes out of your mouth when you're feeling that level of fucking frustrated, let that come out, write all that down, turn it into a fucking song. Why not? That sounds fun. That sounds great. And legit, like, express. Because it feels like there's some shit that you have not been expressing. And this is the opportunity. Ooh, in fact, bro, I've been getting breadcrumbs about learning how to scream and growl and stuff, because apparently that would help me process a lot of like repressed rage that I don't know about. So do that. Are you feeling called to do that? We should do that together. We should start a band. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. Anywho, um, I feel like I 100% have to sit down and write a song after this. Okay, so immediately the next bit of information that comes. So I'm thinking, what is this about though? What is this expression about? What exactly are we expressing? And for some reason, I keep getting my body is doing this. And then when I ask myself, what is the significance of that? I feel myself. I feel myself contracting in my chest as I'm doing this, and it feels like an expression of pain, right? I can feel it tightening as I'm bending over, and it feels like to write the songs, the first thing to focus on is all that random shit that comes to your mind. The way that, because honestly, following the random movements that my body shows me to channel the stuff, it unlocks more. So then when I would say that the image that I get is of me doing this, then that's an invitation for me to follow that breadcrumb And I'm like, okay, what happens if I focus more on that energy? What would doing that actually be like? So then I act it out, right? And I can feel it being like more intense. So then this is signifying me digging deep and digging out some actual fucking shit, right? Not literal shit. Disgusting. What are you talking about? Anyway, um things that I've like buried and repressed and actually bringing it to the surface. But then as I'm bringing it back up, that's when I can feel the compression, the tightening in my chest, right? So then I'm gonna feel myself physically responding to this stuff coming up. So then I suppose in order to let it out, all I really have to do is acknowledge, oh, I have compressed and this stuff can't come up if I am compressed. So then I have to soften myself and breathe, soften it, and then if I feel it coming up, I can literally feel myself starting to feel ill as I'm pushing these emotions up. Alright, so now the energy is shifting a whole bunch, right? So now that I've pushed this energy to the surface, I'm starting to feel little twinges of these feelings, this like sadness and stuff that was underneath. So it's like whatever was repressed, I had gotten it to come out, and I'm not experiencing it all at once. I'm noting it as like fragments, and I'm just observing little parts of it at a time. And then the more I kind of sit with that and process it myself, the more comes out of me. Because I suppose a lot of the stuff that we bury is stuff from a very long time ago that we buried because we didn't have the skills to cope with at the time. But now that we do have more skills to cope with some of the things that we buried, we can start to dig up those things that were buried. And we can start to realize, well, I actually do have automatic coping things for this already. But if it's not automatic and you're still at the stage where you're talking yourself through your feelings and acknowledging your feelings and accepting that they are what they are and just witnessing them, all of that, you know. Dot 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 ending sentence because I forgot how I started that, and there we go. All right, fuck's sake, I'm going to go because this has been a time, lots of time. Fuck, but I love you, people, and you should come and watch me next time I do one of these. I don't know. But also, you should check out my business page called Harmonic Guidance and then comment on my videos being all like, there's hardly any videos on here. And then I will feel pressured to make more because I'll be like, oh shit, I'm letting them down. And then I'll do that. You should do that on this channel too. Be like, where's today's video? And I'll be like, I'm on it. But I'll be very grateful because, yeah. Anywho, I love you and I'm gonna go. Goodbye.